Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. I stopped for a while, but I'm back at it. It's great. I stopped doing it. I stopped doing it. I don't remember why. Because I remember when I was younger, I could find an old nug of weed. I would get so excited. I had that same exact feeling recently when I found an old Icy Hot patch. You guys fuck with Icy Hot, huh? Literally, do you guys fuck with it on? Because I take my socks off for sex, but you're peeling this patch off my cold, then hot dead body. I used to love weed, man. I don't know. Someone offered me weed recently. I turned down the lamest way possible. They're like, hey, dude, you want this? I'm like, sorry, man, it's flu season. I guess it's just I'm getting older. I turned 30 recently, but it wasn't that big of a deal because I went bald at 25. And when you go bald at 25, you're 30. Just do a bunch of 25-year-old shit, and everyone's like, what's this superintendent doing at this orgy? Took a month off drinking. I did a sober October, right? All October, didn't drink at all. And right after that, I did a bender November. Just like to rhyme things to the calendar, right?
I like that.
Of course, I did a no-starch March, right? That was a good month, very, very solid. I did a Sly July. That's what I did everything I would normally do, just a little sneakier. I did a April where I was gay for 30 days. Followed by a gay May where I was gay for 30 more. Followed by a gay June. That year just got away from me. So we're traveling from New York. I live in New York City. I live in New York City. I live rent-free in New York City, right? They said it couldn't be done, right? But I did it. But here's the thing.
Oh, okay.
The reason I live rent-free is because I live at a doggy daycare center. Thank you. We have some broke millennials in the crowd. Where there's a will, there's a way. All right, so basically my boss is a big dog walking company. He asked me to move in with him, live in the living room, take care of all the dogs, and do the overnights and the boarding and everything. And everyone in my neighborhood thinks I'm living with my dad, right? And I had to explain to them, no, it's actually much weirder than that. We had 13 dogs staying with me last weekend, and I swear to God, 13 dogs all around the house. My friends, they all complain about noisy roommates, and I'm like, yeah, noisy roommates, sure. How do your roommates do in a thunderstorm? I haven't slept in 3 years. It was supposed to be temporary. Seriously, and I'm here. Okay, here's how long I've been at this job. I've been hanging out with dogs for so long that I've taken care of 2 generations of the same family. I'll see a dog and I'm like, "You're Baxter's kid, aren't you? I used to walk your dad. You still shitting on the carpet?" The worst part about living with all those dogs is the cleanup, obviously. All the cigar butts and poker chips. Hell yeah, all right. That's a test. That is a test. I feel like I don't know how you guys feel about this beard. I feel like I'm growing a playoff beard for the Amish softball team. I just keep growing it. I don't know why. My dad, growing up, my dad always had a big, thick mustache. And when I went to college, I grew a mustache, right? And I remember I came home and he was washing dishes, and he turned around and he had shaved his mustache. And I'm just looking at him, he's looking at me, and we didn't talk about it at all. So that night we went to a tilted kilt. You guys ever been to a tilted kilt? Yeah. You guys are familiar with a tilted kilt? It's like a Hooters, but all the girls wear Scottish kilts and stuff. So you're getting a meal, but you're also getting culture. So my dad, he's kind of looking around, and he's like, you know what, Ron? If I was a younger man, and I was like, yeah, Dad, what would you do? And he was like, yeah, you're probably right. And then that night, he was he got drunk, and he was telling me that actually he and my mom are actually separated. And I remember when it happened, I was kind of confused and kind of angry because dude, I don't know, he didn't bring up the mustache at all. Like, talk about your own stuff. I mean, all right. So my parents, they did get divorced. Here's what happened. My dad, he had an affair, right? But then my mom, she started seeing that woman's husband. Like for revenge, you know? Because my mom's like the John Wick of divorce. And then my dad, he got into a fist fight with that guy. I remember I was 25 years old and I had no idea I was white trash. I thought I was up the middle. I told that story at a show once, and someone in the crowd was like, "So, who won the fight?" And I was like, "Well, my dad won the fight." And then everybody applauded. You know? I was like, "Yeah, give it up for my adulterous father." Let's see, I've been working out a little bit, trying to stay in shape. I've been going to CrossFit, and I know a lot of people don't really like CrossFit. I stopped going for a while because I started calling people fam, unironically. And now I'm back, and I don't give a shit, fam, you know? Like, fam. All my fam are in the front row, by the way. All right, so the first day of CrossFit, right? It's like you're going into prison. It's like, they're out like, "Hey, dude, what's your fitness goal?" You know? One guy, he was like, "I want to get so big that I can lift 300 pounds. So the guy was like, "I want to get so strong that I can lift 400 pounds. And it got to me, and I was like, "I want to get so jacked that nothing hurts my feelings anymore." They're all like, "Bro, welcome to the fam." That's why we're all here. All my CrossFit instructors are like actually like they're like jacked women. And my friend was like, "Do you find that attractive when a woman is that muscular?" And I was like, "All I know is they don't find me attractive yet, and that kills me. So we'll cross that bridge when I can push this big tire over it." I love CrossFit. It's like my cheers. You know? Not everybody knows my name, but everybody knows my body mass index. So it's good enough for me. So, I've been doing comedy for about 10 minutes now. I was a pretty cool kid growing up. Just kidding. Not very cool. My parents didn't really understand like what I was going for. They're like, "Ron, if you don't get it, you're a C&D student. You're not even doing drugs. You're upstairs writing parodies of Weird Al songs. There's already a guy for that, Ron. His name is Weird Al." I remember one time I was in like theater. I did like a play, and I blacked out one of my teeth in the play, and then like all my cast members started like laughing, and it ruined the play. Right? And I got suspended, and my dad was furious. He was like, "You do theater?" I wasn't like the funniest kid in my school. I was actually the second funniest kid in my school. And then right before senior superlatives, that kid died. So I got it. And I always sort of felt like the Lyndon Johnson of my graduating class. I went on a first date once, and this is the one time. Never again. I was like, this is too crazy. And I did 7 pull-ups on that first date. 7 pull-ups. Yeah. Was she impressed? I don't know. I was impressed. That's a lot. Gave her a girl to watch it. I gave her a girl to watch once. A wristwatch. And all right, there's like more than this. So basically, me and this lady, she's like from my hometown. She's a musician. She went to my high school, and she's just my type. And my type is any girl I went to high school with. So kind of like chit-chatting at the bar. We're flirting a little bit. It's pretty cool. And she had to leave the next day for like tour. She's like a musician, so I was like, "Oh, hey, here. Take my watch to remember me by." Thought that was like a pretty cool move, right? you guys are laughing. I don't think it is. What do you think? What do you think of that? You thought that's a good move? I felt like it was like here, like we're in the 50s. Like, here's my class ring, babe. You know? How about my hot rod? I should also say this isn't any normal watch. Okay? This is a Swatch watch. I don't know why that's funny. So we're chit-chatting back and forth the next few days. We're like texting, and I don't know, we make a plan to like meet up around Christmas time, right? We're gonna both be in our hometown, right? Christmas comes around, I'm texting her, and she doesn't respond to these text messages, right? And I realize that I've been ghosted on Christmas Eve, just like Ebenezer Scrooge. And I'm like, oh shit. And my mom is like, well, maybe she just lost track of time. I'm like, that's impossible, Mom. She's got my Swatch. So I do what any normal person would do. You know, I'm like, hey, send me my watch back. And she does. She does. She sends it back. No note, no nothing. Whew. I don't know what, I put the watch on and it felt like a shiver down my spine. So I don't think I'm ever going to see this person again, right? Why would I? And then a few weeks later, I get a message on Facebook. She's back in town. She's playing a show at the same exact bar that we made out at. She's like, why don't you go support the band, right? I'm like, I'm not falling for that again, right? So I'm at the show. And I'm watching her perform. It's amazing. And at one point, she comes up to the mic and she's like, you know, the last time I was here, this guy gave me his watch. And then her bandmate's like, oh my God, that's so sweet. And then she goes, yeah. And then he asked for it back in the mail. And then everybody laughed and laughed. It's like they never heard my dog walking material, you know? Her bandmate's like, what kind of watch was it? She's like, I don't know, a Casio? And then I was like, actually, it was a Swatch! Free bird! Buy free bird! I'm actually in a fight with my girlfriend right now. I told her I found my therapist attractive. And she was like, why would you tell me that? And I was like, I don't know, I can't tell her. I used to play a lot of football growing up, and I saw the craziest thing I've ever seen playing football. I saw a guy on my team get hit so hard that he pooped his pants in front of everybody. And our coach didn't know what to do, so he's like, all right, team, let's go run some laps, right? So we're all running laps, and we're looking back, and this guy's dad is there, just spraying him down with the hose. You know, one of those magical father-son moments you always read about, right? The day your dad stops loving you. For years, I thought that was the craziest thing I'd ever seen. And then I remember I was on this road trip with my friends, and I was in the back of the car for like 10 days. The whole time, I didn't masturbate once. We go to the strip club in Las Vegas, only strip club I've ever been to. Shorty comes over to me, sits on my lap, and it was over. Which was really embarrassing, but it saved me a ton of money. And luckily my dad was there to just spray me down with I feel like I've shared a lot. Yeah. It's the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you. You know, I don't have to say it. I can't think of it. You'll scream it later. I remember. How could I ever forget? Everybody's vaping now, you know. When I smoked a lot of weed, we bombed. You guys ever sneak a bong into a movie theater? You guys ever been arrested in a movie theater? I overheard a guy at a party once say that he hopes that he dies before he goes bald, which I thought was funny. Because I hope he does too. I really want him on the team. Yeah. I feel like a beard is kind of like the bald guy's face's second marriage. Does that make any sense at all? What's up, man? Thank you. How was the bathroom?
One of the Earls said, "Oh no, Corda."
Oh, fucking Duncan, everybody! Duncan! Oh shit, that's great.
True story, by the way.
True story, fucking Duncan, man. Oh shit. Well, like I said, I live at a doggy daycare center. I live there with my boss. And you don't really think about what the dynamic is going to be when you move in with your boss, you know? You're like, I don't really like this person. What if I live right next to him, you know? I remember I moved in and ate a bunch of his food out of the refrigerator. And I was so scared. He came in, he's like, "Hey Ron, how you doing?" I'm like, "Bad news." He's like, "What's going on? Are the dogs okay? Do I need to call the vet? Am I gonna fire you?" I'm like, No, I just ate all your ice cream sandwiches. And he was like, "Yeah, dude, don't worry about that, man. I make so much more money than you." It's totally fine.
I wouldn't have been mad because those sandwiches would have been for the dogs.
You can't feed ice cream sandwiches to dogs. I mean, I'm not very good at my job, but I know you don't feed ice cream to dogs. But it sounds like a very good idea, like a financial, you know.
I make ice cream sandwiches for my dogs.
Wait, hold on. Wait, you make ice cream sandwiches for your dogs?
Yes.
How are their shits? How are they?
I don't know. You gotta ask him because he cleans them up.
Oh. Yeah, that sucks. That doesn't sound very fair. All right, how is it? Is it? I'm sorry, you guys didn't have to hear this, but we're talking shop right now, right? Is that rough? Dude, you don't even know. Oh my gosh.
We have 3 labs.
That's a lot of shit. Man. It's a lot of running shit. Man, I'm sorry that, I'm amplifying all this shit.
They're lap dogs, by the way.
Okay.
100-pound lap dogs.
Sounds good. Anybody else have a dog? Ice cream sandwiches, dude. Right. Let's see. So, I've been working out a little bit, and like I said, CrossFit, I like it, I like the people there. A lot of characters at CrossFit. Like, we know this guy, his name's 525, and in CrossFit, you don't have, like, a name, you have, like, a deadlift max, and that's what we call him, Hey, 525, deadlift max. He's another really cool bro you gotta meet. He's really good. That was a bad joke. I'm being honest, I didn't want to be a dog walker. I didn't really want to be a comedian when I was younger. I wanted to be an athlete. So when I was a kid, I used to have like a bench press in my house. And I remember one night, I asked my mom if she could spot me on the bench press. So I was doing the bench press, and I needed help. My mom didn't know how to help me, right? So what she ended up doing was like trying to get leverage. And she ended up just sitting on my face. And I think psychologically after that, I was just like, you know what, Mom, I'm just going to try and get funny instead. My mom doesn't even remember that story either. I remember it every time I close my eyes. I've been Ronnie Fleming. Thanks a lot, everybody. Thank you.